We often talk about trauma from a contemporary perspective, so having a difficult childhood, for example. But what is the relationship between trauma and history? Let me talk to you about epigenetic inheritance. So, this is the idea that trauma can be passed down genetically. Now, back in 2018, a team of interdisciplinary researchers that included historians found a connection between the Industrial Revolution and modern personality traits in British people. Now, specifically, their research showed that the Industrial Revolution, which occurred sort of roughly between 1750 and 1850, had left psychological scars on certain groups of British people. People born in industrial areas, so for example, areas that were heavy in textile manufacture or coal mining, those people are still more likely to display high levels of neuroticism and lower levels of life satisfaction than people who live in non-industrial areas, like Dorset, for example. And people born in industrial areas still have a lower life expectancy. And these levels still show a marked difference, even when you take into consideration other factors like wealth, population density, climate, and their levels of education. These regional personality traits have actually outlived the industries that cause them. Now, this isn't the first study to investigate epigenetic inheritance. So back in 2015, a research team from New York's Mount Sinai Hospital conducted a genetic study of 32 male and female Holocaust survivors and their children. They then compared the results with Jewish families who lived outside of Europe during World War II, and guess what they found? The children of Holocaust survivors were far more likely to develop a stress disorder than the other group. Now, this led the main researcher to conclude, and I quote, the gene changes in the children could only be attributed to Holocaust exposure in the parents. Now, if we go back to the Industrial Revolution for a minute, as someone who works in women's history and who is writing a book about women's contributions to sciences in this period, I do find myself